Good morning, everyone. My name is Cecil Malcolm, and I will be your math teacher. Particularly, I'll be teaching you geometry with pre-calculus. On my screen is the Google Classroom. Please make sure that you sign in. In the email that I sent you, it has the correct sections. Please make sure that you're in the right section for the classroom. In your classroom, you'll already have the dates for all of the assignments, so make sure that you pay attention to those and you get those done in a timely manner. Now, for today's lesson, if you go over to classwork, you'll be able to see from the top all the class resources. Please take the time to go through that. And in congruent triangles, which is the first unit, today we'll be doing Unit 1, Lesson 0, Introduction. Please go to the link for synchronous time, since we have synchronous in the morning, or we have synchronous first, and then asynchronous afterwards. So that's the two classes that you'll see on your schedule. So the synchronous first, please go to the top link, okay? And it will bring you to Nearpod. Once you sign in, I'll be able to see your name and all of that information right there. All right. So my name is Cecil John Malcolm III. It's my full name. I'm 3 of 4 Cecil John Malcolms. My undergrad is in biology, and my grad school that I'm currently attending is going to reward me with my master's in education. Now, please take 1 minute to set up your screen. Make sure that you have on one side your Zoom, or for this purposes, you'll have this recording on one side, and on the other side, you'll have your Nearpod open so that you can follow through as I go through and you won't be lost. Feel free to pause this video at any time to make sure that you get enough time to fill out all of what the assignments are asking you to fill out. Okay. Now, to start, let's play a game of Would You Rather. Would you rather to be able to have super strength or to be invisible? Now, the reason for this assignment is to figure out if you are one of those people who are introverted or extroverted. And when we come to class, I'll figure out who is who, right? So my Jamaican history, if you look here, the first shows Manchester in Jamaica, which is in red. This is where I'm from. This is the parish that I'm from in Jamaica. And on the Google map, this is the exact location of where I grew up. This house to the north is my house in Jamaica. This one to the south of that is my grandfather's house, and to the right of my grandfather's house is my aunt's house. This is the exact location that I grew up in Jamaica. These houses are still there today. To the bottom of this picture chain, we have over on the left and the right, 2 bizarre Jamaican food. The first one is ackee, which is a fruit that is poisonous. If you don't cook it properly, you could kick the bucket. The second is something that other people find bizarre. To Jamaicans, that's just regular food. It's chicken foot soup. And yes, Jamaicans literally eat the foot. Now, I would like you to draw the flag or flags of your nationality and one bizarre food that you have eaten. There's 2 ways to complete this assignment. You can either actually draw it by hand, or you can import pictures from Google or whatever search browser that you use. So either one is fine with me. I prefer the drawing because it usually turns out to be more fun that way. All right. my US history. Please take a guess where you think this little red dot is in Connecticut. And I'm still living there until this day. When I first moved to Connecticut, I went to high school here, or I won't give it away where I am, but in high school, I got I got featured a few times in the newspapers here. And in this article, it says, it gives me a feature about my essay that I won. My essay was about Beethoven and my assertions that he was indeed Black. And second time, in the Republican American Archives, you can find another article about the students who received high honors in my senior year. I was one of those kids who had the best grades possible. I matriculated to University of Connecticut with pretty much my whole graduating class. So it was quite an experience. And then afterwards, I am now currently working on my master's at Western Governors University. I would normally put you in breakout rooms, but given our situation, we can't go into breakout rooms. So here are the two questions I want you to think about, and I'll give you some space to put in your answer in a few. What accomplishments are you most proud of so far? Like a soccer trophy or a volleyball nationals or whatever it is. What universities do you want to attend? Of course, I'm biased. I would love to see some UConn folk because, of course, UConn is the best university ever. Please take a few minutes to go ahead and fill in your ideas on this slide. So my family history. My family history is pretty complicated, as you know from yesterday's orientation. I have many, many siblings. Some would say I have too many. So to show you what this looks like, this is a human pedigree chart. Not to be confused with a family tree. This one is a pedigree, because it shows which child belongs to whom, which pair. All right, so my father, my mother here, and these are all my siblings. Some things to note is that my mother has 5 children, myself, Jerry, Dania, Trudy, and Rochelle. And she had all 5 of us with 3 different men, one of which we don't know who that guy is until this day because she refuses to tell us. My father, on the other hand, has myself, Junior, Keisha, Cecilia, Jr., Janelle, Egerton, Andrew, and Andre with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different women. Okay. Now, the whole point of my family history is to show you how many different things there are that you can do with STEM and how STEM has impacted not just me, but my entire family, or the majority of my family, as you'll see. Starting from the right, Rochelle, she's a nurse. Then Trudy. Trudy is an accountant. She has her master's degree in accounting, and she lectures about accounting in Jamaica. My other sister, Dania, she is a medical technologist living in Canada. She works in the labs. For those of you who don't know what a medical technologist is, they're the ones that are dealing with the corona. They're the ones who take your test samples and figure out if you are positive or negative, for example. And you have myself. I'm a STEM teacher. You have Junior and Keisha. They are both nurses. And my brother Junior is also where he gets most of his wealth from is being a full-time womanizer. Then you have, lastly, my sister Janelle, who is in PA school. She's a physician's assistant. She'll graduate next year with that degree. And then you have my twin brothers who were adopted during the time that my father was married to their mother. They are both nurses. One works in a nursing home, and the other works as a nursing informatics, which is basically they deal with all of the tech issues and the technology that nurses have to deal with. And they sell these things, and he travels around the country doing that kind of stuff. Now, for other people who are who have been impacted by STEM, their mother, Mary, she has her master's in nursing, and she is now a lecturer on nursing. My biological mother, she is a nursing midwife. In Jamaica, the nurses are the ones who deliver the babies, and she's delivered hundreds in her career. Question is, why do you think that most of my siblings chose degrees in STEM? Why do you think? Now, as I continue to show you my why I teach STEM, I have two graphs for you. Please take a look at this one and the one that comes right after. And this first one has to do with STEM and its impact by race. Please look at it and figure out if you can find anything that is surprising to you, anything that you already knew, and what are the trends that you can see. The second graph is about STEM and money. This might help you to further understand my overall why. As you can see, it breaks down different occupations versus occupations in STEM. Now that you've figured out the different trends, take 2 minutes to capture your thoughts about the trends that you saw in the data that you were shown. Did any of the trends surprise you? If you're more comfortable recording your voice, you also have that option. Instead of writing, you can just speak. Once you're finished with that, please take 10 minutes to go through the syllabus. Now, the syllabus can be found by clicking here on this link, or you can go into your Google Classroom under the tab that says Class Resources, then Syllabus. Syllabus will be right there. Either one will work. Once you're finished reading through and making note of all of the important pieces, return back to this recording, and there will be kind of like a Kahoot at the end, but it's Nearpod's version. It's called Time to Climb. Okay, go ahead and play that game. It will stamp some of the important parts that you were supposed to know in the syllabus. All right, as we're about to close, there's some key points. Please ensure that your screens are in split screen mode in each class. This is not just for my class, but right across the curriculum. Consider choosing a STEM degree in college. It will certainly change the amount of money that you are projected to make in your lifetime, it will certainly be one of the most fulfilling and rich experience that you'll probably have if you choose to do STEM. And of course, I'm biased towards STEM because I'm a STEM teacher, but this is what I'm telling my children to do. You look in our family history, who are the people who are most successful? Why do you think that they're most successful? Okay? I'm probably sure that you have some STEM people in your family also. Now, please make sure that you reference the course syllabus about grading requirements, about when things are due, about all different kinds of ideas. Please reference the syllabus. And from time to time, I'll be updating it. As soon as I get information, I'll have to update it to make sure that it matches the updated school policies. For our next lesson, we're going to go into congruent triangles, Unit 1. And if you want to go ahead of me, you sure can. You can start looking at the next lesson. It's all in your Google Classroom, but we'll have to go through them together in the next synchronous lesson time on Tuesday. We'll be using a software called Desmos. So if you want to go and check it out, please go ahead and figure it out and play around with it before class starts so that you'll be prepared for next class. All right, I'll see you next class. Thank you for stopping in. Have a great day. Bye-bye.